All right, in this problem, we're going to write a program file, a Python file that will have a function this function will find the maximum of 3 numbers. So that being said, the function is going to have 3 parameters. And what is it going to do? It's going to try to find out which one is the maximum number and then return it back to where you called it. Okay, so I'm going to solve this problem again step by step. So first, the main part. What's the main part is going to say? If name equal underscore main. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 numbers. Okay, we're gonna ask the user to input these 3 numbers. Let's assume these 3 numbers are A, B, and C. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the user to input the 3 numbers A, B, and C. Okay, so this is asking the user to input A, B, and C, and all gonna be integers. Okay, so now I ask the user to input these 3 numbers. After that, I'm going to go ahead and take these numbers and pass them to the function, which I'm going to declare over here. Okay, I'm going to declare the function over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and define the function. The function is max of 3. It's going to have, I can have different numbers. I can say n1, n2, n3. Okay, and then try to compare, trying to find out which one is the max out of these 3 numbers. Or I can say, if I want, for example, A, B, and C. It doesn't hurt. Okay, so what I'm going to do over here, I have these 3 numbers. Where did I have them? How did I get them? I get them from the main, because I asked the user, and after I asked the user, I called the function. Okay, I called the function. I said max equal to the max of 3, and I have to it A, B, and C. Okay, and then I'm gonna say print the max number is max. Okay, so here is where I ask the user for the numbers, here what I called it, and here what I printed. Okay, the result. Okay, I can get this line over here and insert it here, and it's going to work. Okay, let's go back to the function. The function, I have 3 numbers. I'm going to say if A greater than or equal to B and A is greater than or equal to C, what I'm going to do, obviously, that means A is the largest. So I can say, for example, return A elif. Now the case is not going to be A. It's going to be, let's assume now, right now it's going to be, what if it's B? If B greater than or equal to A, and it's actually good to practice to have a space. It's not a syntax error, but it's good to practice to have. If B greater than or equal to C, that means B is the largest, return B. Sorry, B is the largest, return B. Else, in this case, I don't have to test, just return C. That means C is the largest. Okay, let's go ahead over here and run the program. Okay, so it's going to ask me for 3 numbers. I'm going to say 5, 9, 1. The maximum number is 9. Okay, so this is one of the ways I created that function and they solved it. Okay, let's try to do, I'm going to try to modify this. This is what you are supposed to do. Okay, so you're good at this point. But what if I want to kind of like change it a little bit and make it in 2 different functions? Okay, so I'm going to change the max of 3. Okay, modify it a little bit. But before I modify it, I'm going to declare a function. I'm going to call it max of 2. okay? And this one is going to have A and B. Very simple. This function is going to have A and B. It's going to try to find out what is the max value, okay? So I'm going to say if A greater than or equal B, return A, else return B, okay? So this is my function over here. So I have two numbers, if whatever, return the maximum one of them. So far so good. Okay, for my max of 3, I have A, B, and C. What I'm gonna do over here, I'm gonna actually do the following here. I'm gonna delete this line and I'm gonna modify it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call the max of 2 for two numbers here. And the result of these two numbers, I'm gonna again call the max of 2 with the maximum of these two with the A. Just kind of like repeat calling the function from another function. Can I do that? Yes, here's an example of that, where I can call a function inside another function, okay? So I can say return what? Max of 2, okay? Max of 2, remember, takes two arguments. Takes two arguments, 1 and 2, okay? So my first one is gonna be A. But I have 3 numbers right now. I don't have 2 numbers. Well, the second value or the second argument is going to be the result of calling max of 2 with B and C. Okay, so take a look over here. I'm doing something advanced here where this function, it calls the other function. So this call is going to return either B or C, and whatever value is going to be used as one argument with the A, and also I'm going to call the max of 2 again, and then it's going to return it. Let me try to do the same numbers over here, which I did 5, 9, and 1. Let me do it again here. 5, 9, and 1. It gave me 9. Okay, so here is an example of where a function, which is max of 3, can call another function, max of 2. And also max of 2, as one of its parameter, was the result of calling max of 2 with different values. Okay, so it's kind of like going through it indirectly. Both solutions are correct. This one and the previous one, okay? So this is just to show you how can I call a function inside another function. One more thing, in max 3, I called max of 2. Max of 2 has to be declared before max of 3. Okay? All right, try this by yourself.